Oh my gosh, it's too soon.
Me? What about you?
Maybe a little bit. Welcome everyone to another evening of spiritual sessions with
Debbie Creagh and
Norwood Young. So listen, I have to be honest, I'm a little out of breath. You are too.
not really.
Lies and garbage. Because in order to do the intro, we literally have to kneel all the way down to get in front of the camera and then work our way back around here. We have to figure something else out. Say hi to our producer, Sally. Sally, say hi to the people.
Hi.
Sally, can you hoist the cameras up there next week so we don't have to kneel? Oh my God. So listen, we hope everyone's week was fantastic.
Yeah.
And filled with maybe some signs if you paid attention. You know, we really, really hope it was a great week. And if you continue to follow us and you start paying attention to things that we talk about and signs, you might be saying signs. Well, one of my signs in this bag.
Here we go. Here we go.
I got 14, count 14 feathers. Producer, can you take this to the camera, please, and show my 14 feathers, please?
Yes.
And sometimes, like Asia, our friend of ours, Asia Beja, a butterfly mysteriously ended up in our house today. And some things that we may think are inexplainable.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they're definitely spiritual signs.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
So just be cognizant of that stuff going on in your life because it's real.
Oh, it is real. Very
Right?
much so. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want Sally to show you. Sally, show my 14 feathers. And Debbie and I have this not a competition, but kind of like this thing to see who gets more signs during the week. And this past week, I should say.
I didn't get one little feather. I got quite a number of feathers, but
No, this week, how many feathers did you get?
3.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But the one that I really liked was I sat down on the bike and I was asking Spirit about something, and a feather fell and landed on my leg.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and I never.
So you got 3 feathers.
Yes, but I had signs in other ways.
Okay. So you got 3. I got 14.
I got a moth twice, like a silver moth, and it looked really weird. I don't know what that's about. So I saw a silver moth around me twice.
So you should look it up so you can tell people what a silver moth is about.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, moving forward, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We go through this every week about who has more signs. And clearly, 14 feathers is more than 3. And if she takes 3 feathers and 2 moths, that's still 5. So no matter how you slice it, I won. There you go. So listen, let me start by saying this, and you don't even know I'm going to say this.
Oh.
Debbie has 2 pages that are not, they're affiliated with Spiritual Sessions Live, but this is, the 2 pages are all Debbie. In terms of her group page, and then her, what would the other page be considered? Just a social page or so?
The page is things that I put on, messages, daily messages, and things like that supposedly inspire people, remind people, especially about topics we've talked about. I try and keep it in line with that.
Okay, and the group is?
And the group is more actual things that I've written that, like if we're doing the time we did forgiveness, it's forgiveness, different things.
So it's more specified, it's more
specific
personal.
To our challenge and what we're doing.
The challenges we do every week.
Exactly.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying that she has no idea of. For Spiritual Sessions people, the group and the page, Debbie does hypnotherapy. Debbie does hypnotherapy. Debbie does mediumistic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She coaches Reiki.
Yeah.
Right. Tarot cards. So just for Spiritual Sessions members on the group or the page, Debbie is, I hate the word discount, special offer.
Yeah.
Debbie's doing a special offer. So join the group, join the page, and connect with her, and talk about it and see what it is that you'd like to delve into and get your.
It's more like an introductory kind of privilege that you get from being part of our spiritual sessions, so that we can get.
It's introductory. How long is introductory? You don't even know.
I don't know.
Y'all can just get a special offer when you go to Spiritual Sessions and the group and the page, and then hang out with us at Spiritual Sessions Live. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, someone asked what the difference was the differences were between meditation and prayer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, what I still believe to be true, is that prayer is when you ask for things, God, whomever you speak to. Prayer is when you ask for things, and meditation is when you still and receive messages, receive whatever. So,
Yeah.
So a person got in touch with us, and she said specifically to me that I negated to say that when you pray, you should give thanks. And she is absolutely right. And thank you for pointing that out to me. When you pray, not only do we ask, we give thanks for the things that we've been given.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference between prayer and meditation is when you pray, you ask with gratitude, you ask and you thank God for the things that have been given to you already. And when you meditate, you're just still. You're just still and in gratitude. You're just still. It's just still. And we were talking about how one to meditate.
We were.
We were talking about how one can meditate, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's so hard for me to meditate," and those things. So, like I said, spiritual sessions is almost like spirituality for dummies, if you will.
Yeah.
So, meditation can sometimes be just go in your room and quiet and just stare at the light bulb and think of nothing. Just stare. That's actually meditating, and you will grow into.
Yeah, it will grow over time. Sometimes people sit there and they try and meditate for half an hour because their friend is doing it and they've never done it before. It's like going to the gym. You have to pace yourself and let your mind, let it be relative to how much you think.
And don't be dissuaded or upset if your mind is bombarded with thoughts. Like Debbie says, you have to train your mind not to think. You have to, you know what I'm saying? So usually it's going to be very natural to have thoughts when you're meditating. But sooner or later, like I said, if you just stare at that light bulb, and I'm staring at the light bulb. Stare at the light bulb.
As you do.
Okay. If you just stare at the light bulb, you will most certainly have begun the first steps to meditate. Our producer is showing us something. Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat. What is Pat's last name?
Vasha.
That, they said. And she's asking for signs for her.
Well, what do you mean about the
It
signs?
said, oh, what do I mean about the signs?
Yeah.
Well, you want to answer that first, and then I will. Go.
Well, when you ask Spirit for things, you need to be very open to the kinds of confirmation or things that guide you that you're on the right track. So signs for some can be a feather, and feathers have different colors and different sizes and different meanings, and you can look that up. There are different insects that can come, like especially when they're unusual, like something that's in your house that you've never seen before and go, why is that? You can look that up. So
Asia got a butterfly today,
yeah,
and all her windows and doors were closed. So there was a huge butterfly in her house that kept flying around her. Right?
And I've had birds come inside my house that are completely wild, and some of them quite rare. Kind of birds.
A couple of weeks ago, Sally got a spider.
Yeah, I got one yesterday too.
Yeah. So her signs are spiders. Mine are really, really feathers. And something else I'll tell you guys about in a little bit.
So sometimes it can be repeating numbers or that you kind of feel you resonate with. Sometimes actually it can be words of a song or something that plays over and over. I had a client come one time and we were talking about the symbol of rainbows being very important for her. And she said, that's crazy. I just put a screensaver up of a rainbow this morning on my computer. And I said, well, it could be someone singing somewhere over the rainbow. It could be
I can sing rainbow, sing rainbow.
But actually, she got 3 different things with rainbows on it. So it was just a confirmation of what was coming for her. And it resonated with her, but it may not resonate with you. So it's a very personal thing. We both love feathers because we believe that it's angels or spirit being around.
Well, it is. It most certainly is. When I
so.
first moved into this condo and had to re-ground myself, if you will, in Bangkok, I went into my bedroom and on the floor there was a brown feather, and brown feathers mean grounding.
Yeah.
So if you are open-minded to the possibility of something else and pay attention, when you go, why is that hummingbird sitting in my window? It's a sign. It's a sign. And sometimes manifestations are definitely signs of spirit. When you ask for things,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, and they happen, those
Yeah.
are the signs.
It's just the universe letting you know that something's coming to you and that you are in alignment with your path, and it's just great. It's just the way the universe talks, your spirit talks to you to let you know, give you that comfort that actually everything is falling into place.
Right. So Pat, let me ask you this: if you're with us, have you experienced anything out of the ordinary that you might think might possibly be a sign?
Yeah, please share with us so that
Yeah,
we
we'd
can
like to know
try
that.
and yeah.
Yes. So listen, I'd like to ask everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
because what Debbie and I would like to do is eventually go live specifically from our YouTube channel so that it will be exclusively a place for us to chat and things like that. On Facebook, which is a great introductory platform, but on Facebook, you get a lot of people in and out and people who don't understand,
Yeah.
you know. So this is great that we can build our family, but we want to move to YouTube eventually. But we need 1,000 subscribers. So perhaps when you're done watching this or throughout the week, perhaps you can just go over to YouTube. You can watch the old episodes if you like, because they're there. But just go over to YouTube and subscribe, and then we're going to change the platform from here to Facebook.
I actually got some very nice feedback from quite a number of people this week about the shows that we've had.
Mhm.
Sometimes people are going back and watching maybe last week and then moving their way backwards. They missed us in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I had very nice feedback. I'm not going to say the name because they might not want me to, but they were...
Who is it? I'm not gonna tell everybody.
It's not about the person because I want people to feel that they can write in and tell us things and it's confidential unless they say otherwise.
So did they say it was confidential?
No.
So tell us, who is it?
But basically they said they were watching us and they were practicing our challenge on the forgiveness.
Uh-huh.
And they said they found it how they felt about it and how good they felt, and they were really starting to understand a lot about why those people were in their lives. However, they came to a point where they got a bit stuck because a person that had done some things to them started doing it to somebody else. And they said, when I see this person's picture, it makes me really angry. I go, oh, when I see it, and I don't know if I've really forgiven them yet. I'm getting goosebumps even telling you that. I don't know if I've forgiven them yet. And now I see them do it to other people. How do I stop feeling angry about what other people are doing?
Well, yeah, but see, that's a whole nother situation because in those instances, you mind your business.
So she watched last week's session and she said, and I said, remember what we said? And she said, oh, I said, that's the other people who are having an experience of that person. That's their business.
You manifest, you forgive, and mind
you
your business.
You just mind your business.
Period.
It doesn't matter what they're doing to anyone else. There's nothing you can do about it. So she said from watching those few shows and looking at the process of forgiveness and learning how difficult it was initially, and I said you can delete pictures and throw away things of people that are no longer in your life. There's nothing wrong with that. I delete pictures from people that are no longer in my life because I don't want to have to look at them. And then over time you can have a picture pop up and it won't bother you, but it is a part of letting go.
Right.
It is okay to not want those pictures anymore and to delete them. That's completely fine. It's part of the process of forgiving.
Right, breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe. I told you she can go. If you just time her from the time she starts talking, that statement can last for 5 minutes. So breathe. So you breathe.
I'm done.
Okay. Because Debbie Folk and Tara Thompson says, hi Debbie, hi Norwood.
Hey guys.
Hi Debbie Folk and Tara Thompson. So yeah, so Debbie was talking about our challenges. One of our challenges was forgiveness, and we a challenge wasn't minding your business, but we were talking about the value in it and how it is so valuable to your life to mind your business, and that's not meant in a bad way. It's just what it is. If you mind your business, you have a wonderful life. So last week we also talked about. I don't even know if I have it. Chakras, remember? And I just want to briefly go back over the things that we discussed. Can you talk about while I'm finding my... Why are you laughing? Because listen, she's the psychic. I'm the skeptic, not really, but she knows all the technical terms and this, that, and the other. She talks about the chakras. I equate the chakras with a car. Go.
I remember all the things you said last
That's
time.
all right. Let me
Okay,
find
so the first chakra is your base chakra, which is to do with grounding, and it's very, very important in how we feel about our life. It's about our security and safety that we feel.
And that's the what chakra?
That's the root chakra.
That's the frame of the car, though.
And then that's red, and then we moved up to our sacral chakra, which is the chakra which is full of creative power, and it carries a lot of emotion, creates a lot of emotion down there, believe it or not, and that's orange.
That's the axis of the car. So.
Then we move up to the solar plexus, which is above the navel, and that area is to do with our self-identity and expression.
That's the wheels of the car. Go.
Then there's the heart chakra, which is obviously the seat of the soul.
Yeah.
And this is green, and this is about where our expression is, and choices and decisions we make based on love come from here.
And it's the what?
Seat of the soul.
No. What's the chakra?
It's the heart chakra.
Oh, that's the engine, girl. That's the engine of the car. That's the engine. Okay.
And then there's our throat chakra,
Uh-huh.
which of course is self-expression and communication in terms of how we express ourselves. And that's blue, and you call that
That's the carburetor.
the carburetor.
The gas that you put in the car.
The gas.
And the oil, baby.
Okay,
So that's your throat chakra.
that's your throat chakra.
So that gives you the soreness, the mucus, and the
I
raspy.
I was saying that when you have a congested throat chakra, one of the signs is people constantly needing to clear their throat when they're expressing themselves. Thank you for that demonstration.
You're
Or
welcome.
having a lot of infections, chest infections, sore throats, that kind of thing. And then we have our third eye, our ajna here, which is indigo, and that's our psychic center. And you called it the
GPS, baby. That's what guides you. Your
It
third
is
eye.
guides
We're
you.
gonna talk about third eye as soon as we get done with the car. All right.
And then finally, our seventh chakra is our crown chakra, which is obviously the chakra that connects us to all that is, the universe, God, everything outside of us. Yeah, and that is violet.
That's violet. That is the crown chakra on the car, because we're talking about a Rolls Royce, a Mercedes, a Maserati. That goes with cars. Our bodies are like fine cars. Well, a little more than fine cars, but you know. So the crown chakra will be the detailing, the polish, the shine. You know, your rims. That's your crown chakra. So for me, if I want to just break it down, it's like a fine and a perfect running car, right? So that's the way we should do it.
Yeah, because our chakras need to be all balanced in order for us to be able to have the perfect life and to be healthy. Absolutely, just like a car.
So Pat is saying that a little feather fell on her toe, right? And she didn't ask for the sign, but it reminded her exactly. So those are the things that you have to pay attention, because if you connect the instance, the feather fell on her toe, if she thinks about it and what she's going through her life, she needed that reminder
Absolutely.
that she was being protected and she was being watched, and she wasn't going through it by herself, right? So Deb, let's go in a little bit. You know, I sounded like young guru.
You do.
The audience doesn't know my alter ego, or one of them.
Yeah.
Is young guru. I'm going to introduce young guru to you at some point. I'm going to introduce.
Oh gosh.
What are you laughing at? I'm going to
We'll
introduce
see.
everyone to young guru at some point.
Okay.
So, but right now, let's talk about third eye. Let's talk about the third eye. Tell us about that.
The third eye is a very important chakra center for us. This is where we receive our, how would I say, it helps us see through our physical reality, to see beyond it.
Break that down some more.
I am going to break it down.
Some more, please.
So, we have our sixth sense, okay, and this is where the pituitary gland is. Yeah. So
what is that gland for? You gotta tell us.
Talk
Talk to me like I'm a third grade. What is a pituitary gland?
The pituitary gland releases melatonin, which helps us sleep, which helps us relax.
Okay.
So if your third eye is too open, it can create a lot of different issues and problems for people. Like people who have insomnia, for example, a lot of the time that is their third eye being out of balance. So our third eye is a very important center for us to be able to receive our intuition, and as you said, our GPS system. if your GPS system is broken down, you're going to keep getting lost in life.
All right. So does everyone have a third eye?
Yeah, absolutely, everybody.
So is everybody's? If there were a lens on the third eye, is everyone's lens clear?
No.
Okay. So our third eye would our third eye be attached to our instinct or our guidance? I'm just asking. I'm seriously asking.
Well, I feel our instinct is our guidance, so it's both, isn't it?
Our instinct, yeah. So exactly. So how does that attach itself to the third eye? For instance, if I just have an inkling or an instinct or God talking to me in my heart, in my soul, whatever you. Where does the third eye come? Is it one? All right. So let me ask you this. Wait. This is good. So once I have the instinct, is my third eye guiding me on my instinct?
Yes.
Okay.
We are way more than our conscious mind. We have our senses, and your third eye works with your senses. You have your higher self, you have your conscious mind, you have your senses guiding you. If we don't have all those parts of us in alignment, we're not going to really go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that guides our instincts.
All right. So how does one? Because I remember. Was it Rachel? You were doing some voodoo shit. She does this voodoo shit on me.
They're not going to know you're joking.
Listen, come on. They know I'm joking. We don't even deal with voodoo. It's very real. That's dark. We don't do nothing dark. Stop with the racist jokes. We don't. We don't delve into that. But when you will hear me say she's doing some voodoo shit to me, that means I don't get it. So when you were doing some voodoo shit one time, I got a headache.
Oh,
remember that?
That was
my third eye.
Yeah, that was because your third eye was being opened.
So my lens was foggy?
The lens was foggy and it was being cleaned. So we can, when the third eye is open, all our chakras can be open more or closed more depending on what we're doing in our lives. And we actually can shut our own chakras down. So it's very important to do our meditation to make sure that they're in balance. But
stop.
Stop.
So meditation is also a tool used to it just automatically. There's the third eye.
It can.
All right.
It can. Windscreen wipers. So when your third eye is opening and it's evolving, you can feel a pressure here across the head, which is what was happening to you.
Because I had such a headache. And you said it's your third eye. It's your third eye.
Yeah, but you were able to use
so without that, now I depend on it.
Yeah.
Now I depend on it. Listen, don't worry about your third eye. It's going to happen. It's going to open up. The lens is foggy. For my folks who don't really get it yet, the lens is just foggy. So just make sure the car is working and the GPS is clear. You'll be all right.
Exactly.
Deb, let's move forward. Someone that Debbie talked to last week brings us to the next topic, and that is getting stuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's getting stuck. So we'll talk about getting stuck. But let's answer this first. Sally says, you Sally? Another Sally. Or you Sally. You want to know. And Sally talks to us every day. Now why can't she ask her?
I don't know why she's not asking.
All right, please tell Sally how you know if your third eye is blocked. So I'll be right back. I have to excuse myself for a second. I'll be right back.
When generally people feel disconnected, they feel like there's a sense of that they were kind of going along on a certain path, and they seem to be very tuned in to everything and seem to know where they're going. And suddenly they don't feel like that anymore. They don't know what's wrong, why they sort of seem to lack direction. And sometimes it can be because fear can overtake you so much that some of our chakras end up getting foggy because you're allowing the fear in your thoughts. Because when the conscious mind is allowed to run riot and there's so much thinking and internal dialogue, especially when it's negative, it creates, as we said, the chakras can go out of alignment because negative energy is actually very positive vibration within the body. So we're affecting our chakras, we're affecting our energy through each of the thoughts that we have daily, minute by minute. It's like I said to someone the other day, stop worrying about the future so much, because each thought that you're having now as a positive, you're creating a new future for tomorrow. So just be in the now, be in the moment. So we have to watch our thoughts, because each thought that we have is a vibration, and the more that we're allowing ourselves to get involved in negativity, the more you're going to block some of the chakras, and you're not going to feel the connection with them that you would normally feel. Like, for example, holding on to resentment can create blockages in the heart chakra, and you how do you know your heart chakra is blocked? Well, you're starting to feel a disconnect from people, and you can't seem to relate to people the way you used to. Oh dear.
And why are you laughing?
We have a special guest this evening.
And why do you laugh? Sally, why are you laughing?
Oh.
Greetings. Why are you laughing?
I'm
My
not
name is
clearing my
Young
throat.
Guru. Have we finished talking about the third eye, my child?
I have, yes.
Now, might we discuss getting stuck?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I don't know about many of you out there at the moment, but one of the themes that has been very evident over the last 2 weeks with clients that are coming is a lot of people feeling stuck in their lives. They've come to a certain point where they can no longer continue. And they're coming because they're all saying, I don't know what to do next, I don't know. They do know what to do next.
Well, in my experience, I think that they're so busy doing so many things that they don't think they know how to do anything next.
Exactly.
So the first thing, and I wrote about this in my book, because my whole book, well, a majority of my book, was because I found myself stuck and distracted, and because life does what it does. At the end of the day, we go back in a year or 2 or 3 or 4 have passed by, and we go, oh my God, I'm stuck in this rut.
Yeah.
So the first thing we have to do, and this is why staring into a light bulb of nothingness and meditation is so important, because you need to, before you can move out of the mud, the wheel, here I go with my car. I'm a young Google. The reason why, if you're stuck in the mud or the snow, and you keep spinning the wheels, the car's not going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
So you have to stop. You have to stop. Let the mud harden, let the ice, let the snow melt, and then you can move forward. So that's just like in life. You're spinning your wheels. So the first thing you have to do in order to not be stuck is to stop everything, slow down, figure it out, think about it, ask for prayer, ask for guidance.
Absolutely.
And you'll just get that one little sign, that one little feather on your toe that makes you move a little further. You know what I mean? And you can get out of being stuck.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, one of the things that people have been saying is, I don't know how I got here. Everything was going this way, everything was going, suddenly I'm here. But it's very strange for people sometimes to be able to go back themselves and look in hindsight.
Yeah, but here's the deal. You definitely learn from your mistakes, but if you're someplace you already knew you made the mistake, so there's really no reason to go back into trying to analyze and figure out what mistake you made. You just know you never want to live the same way, and the only way you don't live the same way is if you change the action and do something else so not to get the same result. So I guess what I'm saying is, when you're still, you don't have time to go back and think, oh my God, how did I end up here? Well, you did. You ended up there. Who knows how? But let's move forward. And when we're in a better place, in a different space, we can look back and go, oh my God, I did that. Yeah. Then you can figure it out. But you don't have time to not move forward trying to figure out what you did. Just change it. And it's almost just like when people go on diets or they make a conscious effort to change something in their lives. Right? That's moving forward. That's a sign of no longer being stuck. That's a sign of wanting to make change. So the other half of, and we should make this, Sally, take a note of it. Make sure you agree on it. That next month, because this month what's our
self-care.
Self-care. We'll get to self-care next. But next month we'll talk about, our challenge should be, what did I say?
Our challenge is going to be about being stuck and getting out of it.
Getting out of it. What was the word I made up?
Stuckness.
The stuckness.
But that was a word that I had before. I didn't tell you that.
No, you did.
Isn't my word stuckness?
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Really? That is so funny. Boom. Getting out of the. Oh, how about unsticking the stuckness?
That's a fabulous challenge.
We're going to unstick the stuckness, step by step, person by person, situation by situation, because everyone's situation is different. But we can get out of the stuckness. But here's the deal: after you've begun to start getting out of your stuckness or your stuck situations, don't let other people steal your joy. Because people who don't understand the new light or the new calm or peace that is about you, they don't get it. So the first thing they do is throw a little dig in there. Oh, you're losing too much weight. Or what you so happy about?
Yeah.
Or are you sure you want to leave that job?
Yeah.
No. But the thing is, don't react to that. You know, how they feel about you is none of your business. You just nod and keep on moving, and you don't let anyone steal your joy.
Exactly. And also remember, when you feel stuck, basically all that's happened is you've become tired because you've been trying hard to find different solutions.
Or you become complacent and don't even know
you're
stuck. You just know you're unhappy because you don't know why.
Yeah. So either you've burnt yourself out trying a lot of different things that didn't work for you because you've been overlooking something that will, out of fear or whatever reason it is. But you come to a point, and it's as you said, it's an invitation just to stop and look at your life.
It's
an invitation to surrender and allow yourself to look at what it is you're really overlooking.
Which is a perfect segue into self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Self-care. Because you can get in such a rut and such a habit of doing things that you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, mothers who have to take care of the kids, have to take care of their husbands, they do their jobs, they're not taking self-care, so they don't remember the last time they had a massage.
Yeah.
Or the last time they went to the movies. Because they're not taking care of themselves. So they go, how did I end up here? You ended up here because you stopped taking care of yourself. You stopped doing for you.
Yeah, I had a lady who came to me and she felt really, really stuck and she felt very depressed, and she said, I've set myself up that if I go back home abroad, I know 30 people are going to come and stay at my home. They do this every single year.
No, and you know why they do it?
Because she allows
Because she allows it.
But she said, you don't understand this. You don't. And I said, listen, you've created that situation. Now you're resenting the people that are taking advantage of your hospitality that you created because you're tired and you don't want to do it anymore. But you were the one that allowed it. So she's so busy taking care of everybody else and wanting to please people that she's exhausted.
She'll never be happy.
Exactly. So I told her, you need to start with number one. You're so busy taking care of everybody else so that you don't have to look at your own stuff. It's time to actually look at your own.
And the thing is, you cannot be afraid. We'll talk about that too at some point. You got to remove the fear. Because in this situation, when she has 30 people who wants to come to her house, it's real simple. You know, I'm crazy. Young guru, no crazy. It's really simple to get everybody's email address. And you write a group email. And you say, listen, I'm not going to be able to host you this year or whatever you have, and break the cycle. And say what you have to say, and push send. Push, send, push that. And guess what? They're going to respect you for it, they're going to thank you for it, and they're going to find out what they can do that you guys can hang out together.
Yeah.
But and it's just the nature of the beast to allow. It's the nature of the beast for people to take advantage of you, not in a negative way. But if they know that you're always going to pick up the check at dinner, they're not going to think about picking it up because you set that pattern.
Yeah.
The same way this woman has set up the pattern for the people visiting her.
Yeah.
So it's not intentional; it's what you set up. So you've got to change the pattern.
Yeah.
And that's really just about and it doesn't have to be undiplomatic. It doesn't have to be mean. Just write a lovely letter. I've enjoyed the past years that we spent this, that, and the other. Now I'm just I want to change things up a bit. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. Done.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, the interesting thing is, when I said to her that when you're giving to other people and you're feeling the resentment of it, it isn't coming from the right place anymore. So therefore, what you're doing to help others isn't really helping them. It's not coming from the right place.
But Deborah Creagh, let's do come to the whole minute, right? Deborah Creagh, I don't know.
Oh my God.
But check this out.
Yeah.
The flip side of that is resentment is a negative emotion,
exactly.
is it not?
Yeah.
So by you trying to help people, you end up being negative because you're resenting.
That's the point. That was the point. That was when she got that and she realized that she wasn't actually coming from an authentic place at all. She was actually, she realized, and I said, but you're also, that's how you're feeling about yourself. You don't believe that you deserve it, and you're coming from a place of resentment because you're looking for something in return. So when you do it, you're looking to fill yourself up.
Yeah, and it goes back to self-care, and I'm going to go back to what I talked about last week. One must learn to live. What's the word? I'm getting ready to say. Tune into me. What kind of life? No. One must learn to live. What is it?
Masturbate.
Masturbatory.
No, well, that's how Irish people say it. Masturbatory.
Oh, masturbatory.
Masturbatory life. No. Stop laughing, y'all. This is a English. One must learn to live a masturbatory life. And that has absolutely nothing to do with sex outside of the relation and how it's relative, right? So and we're all adults, so it's not offensive and it's not meant to be, but I'm trying to make the point. When one masturbates, one has the ability for the desire of their ultimate climax and self-satisfaction. One has the ability to remove everything from their mind, everything from the room, everything from the atmosphere, to create their own perfect world for however long you're getting your thing on. You have the ability to create your world and what that looks like to reach that ultimate goal of happiness and ecstasy. So in your life, it should be masturbatory. You should have in your life, the same way you have in your brain, you should have created the type of people you want, the environment you want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, if you're doing your thing and somebody knocks on the door, and it's not going to, and it's not enhancing it, you're ignoring it. You have the power to be done with it. So your life should be lived in a masturbatory fashion. Yeah. And that is so.
Yes.
So you see how? Listen. Check this out. See how people are walking around with the rest of bitch face and upset and angry at people and this, that, and the other because they ain't masturbating. I don't mean masturbating, but they're not living a masturbatory life. Well, it could be they're not masturbating too. They gotta make it mean. No, but because they're not living their life in a masturbatory fashion, and that is self-care.
For some reason, there seems to be this belief among a lot of people that living a very joyful life on a regular basis is impossible or it's not being realistic. And I'm like, it is.
No, it's so easy.
You need to be able to say no.
Manifest, forgive, mind your business, and say no.
And say no.
There's nothing wrong with saying no. It's like, it is the most free experience in the world. And no, just say no. You know, I love it. So, anyway, how much time do we have, producer? Okay. Latrice, I know, is that my Latrice? From Los Angeles? Hi, Latrice. Latrice is an amazing singer. And she just told me, I think I read last week that she wants to do. Latrice, what kind of music did you say you wanted to do? Oh, no, that's a different Latrice. This is Latrice Nixon. Hi, Latrice Nixon. And Erica Smith says that she has a friend who needs to hear about self-care. Yeah? Yeah, so listen, Debbie does, there are things called watch parties where you can replay on Facebook the spiritual sessions. That's another reason why we want to go to YouTube. Yeah? Yeah. But Debbie does, I do maybe 3 watch parties a week. Debbie does about 303. And you can replay this about self-care. It is so important. But the other side of it too, Erica, is join Debbie's group and remind her about this, and she can actually create some tools for your friend, or you have a special discount, and she can have, and Debbie can do one-on-ones with her because she does coaching. Debbie can do one-on-ones online or otherwise if she's here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So we're, all right. So let's talk about. There's something else I want to talk about.
Well, just on that note, just as we're finishing, we were talking before about everything being energy, and the energy coming towards the end of this year is very much pushing everybody to let go of what isn't serving them anymore. So people are actually being really feeling a push to leave their jobs, leave the country they're in. Like a really strong push. Yeah. So be aware if you are feeling stuck or going through something and feeling very confused about it, that there is an actual wave of energy that is.
Are you getting chill bumps?
I've got goosebumps
That's that
everywhere.
booty shit. I'm telling you.
Everywhere. It's just when I'm saying.
I know. No.
It's spirit confirming with me but it's actually, guys. It's not anything to worry about. It's clearing an energy.
It's something to embrace.
It is very much something to embrace because, this year is a number 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very powerful manifestation year for everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's not meant to be a manifestation. It's meant to be a manifestation. So don't panic, because it's clearing out what is outworn and no longer serving you. And it's only when you come to the point of feeling fearful of the change that you can feel this feeling of being stuck.
And that's what I was going to add. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Don't think that don't say, "Oh, everything is going wrong. Oh my God, not this again." No,
really
it is a change that is supposed to happen.
Absolutely. I even said to someone the other day, "You're in a job you hate. You know you hate it, but you're saying, but I have to because of this, and I have to because of that." And I said to them, the universe is going to push you anyway, regardless. What?
Are you talking about yourself?
Oh. No, I wasn't actually.
But yeah, right. She was just in a situation for years that I talked her into, "Dad, stop. You're not happy." Because Debbie has her gig and she comes and sings with me on my 2 residencies. And sometimes she come from that place so frazzled and so crazy. Debbie is an amazing, like if you looked at, what's the thing where people rate you? What's that thing that you do?
Oh, TripAdvisor.
If you look at TripAdvisor, she's top 5, second, or 4, but who's counting? Top 4 psychics in Asia, so now listen, I do what I do, she does what she does. So when she comes in my world, I need her to be unfrazzled, sexy, singing her butt off. So she come to my shit. Oh, excuse me.
No, it's all right.
I say voodoo shit. So she come to my shit frazzled. So I say, "You gotta go have a drink. You gotta do something. Go meditate in the bathroom, something." But I need Debbie. So finally, I said, "Listen, this is not working. You have been gifted with enough of what you do from what you've been gifted with as a child, which is the psychic stuff, and a great voice. So with those things, you can make money and you can push." So I had to push her. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we all need it. Including me. I've never pretended anything else other than that I'm the same as everybody else out there. Despite what it is I do, I have my lessons and my changes I need to do. But this is the thing. I was doing this part-time job for teaching for quite some time, and I became to the point where it really was. It was done. We talked about the expiration date last week, the time of learning, what it was there for, all of it was done, and I was manifesting.
Stop, really quick. You want to talk about something weird?
What?
Look at the producer's board and look who just said
hi, Asia.
That's crazy. That's I'm getting chill bumps. I call her my baby sister Asia, who just came on and said hi. Asia made it very easy, or much easier, for Debbie's transition, and for my level of comfort.
There's confirmation right there.
Oh my God! No. Oh, Asia is the young lady that I mentioned earlier in the show who had the butterfly.
Yes.
Asia.
So I've been manifesting for 2 years for something to come along in order for me to be able to leave this thing. And so then something came along. Thank you to Asia. But the strange, crazy thing was...
Wait a minute. Just Asia came along? What the hell? No! You gotta tell people I came along. Young Guru.
And I sat and I said, I have a confession to make. I said to him, I feel really fearful of leaving this thing that didn't serve me, that definitely isn't making me happy, it's making me frazzled. I really don't want to do it anymore. Why am I having this fear of letting it go? So I had to have a conversation with myself about what is really going on beneath the surface. So I found that although that thing looked, as you said to me before, good to me. It wasn't good for me.
Exactly.
And I started to see that it was only the old fear of an old belief system coming up to actually make me doubt whether I was going to move forward.
Well, what I saw though is I saw the frustration that you had from something where you were comfortable, right?
Exactly.
And content versus the joy you had when you were on the stage and getting off the stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's in my brain, or in reality, there's no reason anybody should have to be stressed.
Yeah.
So even if you're going through, even if you're in a situation that you don't like, there's a way to handle that.
Yeah.
There's a way to handle that
Yeah.
until times get better. But that's about creating your own world.
Well, it's taking leaps of faith, and basically I'm coming to the end of that and feeling very liberated. But the fear was still there, which was ridiculous. I said to you, this isn't logical to feel fear of letting go of something that isn't serving me anymore. That this is what's happening. It's bringing up a lot of fear in people and a lot of healing.
So I said all that to say, based on the enthusiasm that you were talking about this other person, you were talking about your own damn self.
Ooh.
When you were talking about the lady that you were giving the advice to,
yeah,
and told her to get out of the job, and then I'm like, well, I will just be doggone. That's you.
Wow.
Hey, Benny! That's my dude, Benny. Oh,
Hi,
listen, I
Benny.
have to tell you really quickly. Benny has me addicted to the show that I have to tell you about the tattoo. I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
It's great. Hey, Benny, what's up, man? So listen, guys.
Well, thank you to you for kicking my butt, because we all.
We'll say that again.
Thank you to you for kicking my butt, because we all need, as you know, we talked about this, be around people that support your growth.
Exactly.
Be around people that are like-minded, that want the best for you, that are not going to be jealous or try and pull you back from what it is. Like, why would you do that? That's so silly. You know, he just said, do it. And that this means that now I've cut away from everything that's made me unhappy. This means I'm actually living this dream that I've had since I was a child.
Yes.
Music and healing.
Yeah. But here's the other side of it. In addition to what Debbie was saying, you have to be willing to get rid of the people, or put the people who are not supportive and want the best for you, put them in their place.
Yeah.
Now, unless people are just downright doing you wrong or evil, then I say get rid of them, by all means. However, most people don't know who they are. They're not at the place that we are yet. So you don't get rid of everybody in your life, because everybody serves a purpose.
Yeah.
You know, some people make you laugh. Some people, but you gotta know where to compartmentalize people.
Ooh, you got it.
Compartmentalize people and leave them there. Because if we get rid of everybody who gets on our nerves, we'll be by ourselves, living a masturbatory life. We'll be by ourselves. So learn, like, this is my BFF. We do it. This unfortunate. We went to, I can't tell it yet. Okay. We went to go get some, yeah. So today I said, no, we are not buying the same things, different colors. We're not. What we do, so this is ride or die, right? So if you're blessed enough to have ride or die, those are the people that you keep around you. But if you have people who are not supportive, if you're on it, again, if for instance I'll use the diet thing, if your struggle has been your week, and these so-called people have seen you struggle and have faked support, and then the minute you lose, they start seeing results. Oh, don't you lose much more weight now? They're gonna say you smoking the pipe. They're gonna say you have AIDS. Snip, snip. Circumcise them, motherfuckers. Get rid of them. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I went. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
Apologize. but that's how passionate I am about that. Get rid of those people who don't feel right. You know in your gut. You know, and that's even in relationships.
Yeah.
When you get red flags, that's your guy talking to you, telling you this. So get out. If there's everything good to you, because you know that thing can feel good sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Right? So
but also remember, when you start to do things that are right for you and you start going back into alignment, your vibration is going to get higher.
Most certainly.
Those people
Most
that are
certainly.
on a lower vibration are going to have to go anyway, because you can't have two conflicting
Well, no,
vibrations.
because all right. So we're gonna talk about vibrations really, really quickly. Because here's the deal. I'm reading the producer's notes. She said she laughing because I said Teresa's laughing because I said circumcise needs to cut them folks all out. Get rid of that extra skin. All right, moving on.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Going back into the vibration. As you take care of yourself, as you meditate, as you surround yourself with people who love you, your vibration, your feeling, your level of existence will be higher.
Yeah.
So that does. So when you hear us talk about vibrations, remember again, in my brain, this is spirituality for dummies. So let me break it down. If you feel great because of your environment, you're on a certain vibration.
Yeah.
If there are other people who are not being supportive of you and they're making you feel bad, they're on a lower vibration. So don't lower your vibration or your feeling to their level. That's what vibrations are.
Sure.
So when you're there, you stay there, and you stay surrounded by people who are where you are. That's your vibration, right?
But also remember, people who are telling you these things are you projecting how they feel about themselves anyway.
Almost certainly they're low vibrations.
Exactly.
But guess what? We're minding our business, so we don't care.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay, listen. Thank you guys so much. We had a wonderful time. Oh!
What?
We have one young guru has one more announcement to make.
Oh?
You don't even remember what it is.
No.
This will be this will be our last spiritual sessions live here. The producer's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Our last spiritual sessions live here. As you help manifest for me my new dog, or 2 new dogs in less than 12 hours. Thank you so much. Myself and my new dog, when I get him on next Saturday, will be moving into a new condominium that I absolutely love. So next Sunday, come with me and Debbie. Come with myself and Debbie, and we're going to be at my new home. And I'm going to introduce you to my new baby, Phoenix.
Yeah.
So come hang out with us. Thank you so much. Sally, when will we have been doing this for 2 months? Another 2 weeks? Maybe. What kind of producer are you? You don't know?
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks? Okay. So in 2 more weeks, we will have been here for 2 months. And you just tell them thank you. You know, tell them thank you.
We are very, very appreciative of all the support and all the feedback that we've had. Please keep it coming. The more feedback we get, the more we can tailor the show to everybody's needs and give more of advice.
Specific.
Specific
But here's the
things.
deal, though. But for specificity. Oh, shoot.
Specific.
Yeah, but what's the specific? Shoot! You know the word it isn't why, but specific. But anyway, but for more specifics, go to her group and her page. And she'll be able to answer any questions. Just go to the group for that. For any questions that you may have about what we've been discussing, just go to her page. So what's really important is please go and subscribe to our YouTube page. Because what we want to do ultimately, and it'll probably happen within the next 3 to 6 months, is what we ultimately want to do is to be able to go live from YouTube.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can keep a track of who was there, as opposed to people jumping in and jumping out. We are an hour show because we have a lot of stuff to cover. But if we go to YouTube, you can go back to one place and see the shows whenever you want. You can actually go now. And like I said, I do maybe 3 to 5 watch parties on Facebook. Debbie does about 300 to 500. So 9 times out of 10, you just go on Facebook. She's having a watch party.
That's such an exaggeration.
Maybe. Benny says congrats on the move. Thank you, Benny. I love you, man. I really do. So I can't wait to tell her about this no show. I hate him so much. I mean, I love him, but I hate him because he has me hooked on this. Sally,
Okay.
listen before I go, really quickly. Benny hit me up on Facebook and he sent me a link to this show, and I said it's horrible because it seemed like it was horrible because these people get tattoos, like their friendships, marriages, relationships, and people get tattoos that show. You just have to watch it.
Okay.
And I was saying, who would do this? Who would get something on their body forever that's negative, blah, 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 blah? And I still feel that way. Because it's like, whatever, like, let's for instance, you party too much. You don't, I'm just saying. Let's just say you party too much. Well, she parties too much, drinks too much, and throws up. No. This is one of the things.
Everybody.
No, this is one of the things that happened today.
Okay.
So, the 2 parties. Somebody they go out all the time. And they throw up. They throw up all the time. So this tattoo, to express how he was feeling about his best friend, he made his best friend get it, and you don't know what tattoo you get. So
I've seen
you have
it.
no idea. Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
And he got the tattoo of the throw up, and he's got to walk around with that crap every day of a tattoo of him throwing up on his body, right? So I'm like, why would you? That's horrible. When I tell you I watched 12 episodes today.
This is why people do it, because people like you watch it.
Oh my gosh. People like me. What are you trying? What are you
You're
saying?
addicted.
What are you saying? Trying to dog it. Listen, listen, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, listen. Share this. Share this. Because we have a good time.
Yeah, we have.
The psychic and the skeptic, not really. But check it out, and then I'm just trying to think if there's anything else before we leave. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll see you next week. Is there anything else? All right. Ready?
Yes.
All right. Your day is designed in perfection. Anything that goes against that perfection is a trap. Don't fall for it.